Welcome to Exposition. Oh wait, sorry, Final Fantasy VIII.
Well, we're leaving as soon as Selfie comes back. We're on standby till then. Doesn't seem like the enemy has invaded this garden yet.
Well,
on their way.
Well,
After
Squall.
missile striking the place.
They usually follow you, so...
Well, Squall, why would we even be the point of invading this place at this point?
Where's the sorceress? We have to find her, and I guess to make sure that what they're looking for isn't there.
And what, Squall?
I'm thinking.
You know,
Rinoa.
ever since I met all of you, I've been doing some thinking.
Well, think faster, Squall. You're supposed to be the leader.
This is Rinoa.
That's Rinoa speaking, Dwibs.
Yeah, Skull prefers not to think, and yeah.
Rinoa, you know how I kept telling you not to talk? Yeah, the thinking thing, that too. Stop thinking. Go ahead.
I can't stop thinking about it.
I don't care, just stop doing it.
I can't come up with an answer either.
Well, there you go. That's your cue. They should just stop. Just be there and just sit there and don't do anything, okay? Just...
Okay.
Just eat dogs and say nothing.
Why did the sorceress come into the picture all of a sudden?
In fact, why do we even have you here, exactly?
Was he actually waiting for this opportunity?
It's because of that later story bit where Rinoa is going to have story significance.
Wonder she was living a normal life before all of this.
Maybe,
okay, I'll be honest, guys. When I first came up with the voice for Zell, basically being an imitation of a One Piece character's voice, I did it under the assumption that Zell would just be one of those minor characters who's gone after the first mission.
Well, Dwebs, he kind of is. Seriously, what development does he get? He might as well be a minor character.
Well, Pedro, he's technically about to get quite a bit of development.
I don't consider it, but I'll talk about it when it gets to it. I've got to do something to show that Selfie can depend on me.
Good luck with that.
Oh my god, I just got it. Wait, basketball?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Okay, Snake.
Well, she didn't say cat, but...
Thanks so much for coming all the way out here, everyone.
Cheer up, huh?
Shut up.
Smooth, Irvine.
Thanks.
Shut up! By the way, thanks.
Oh god, Tsundere.
Shut up, Baka.
Take me with you and invite the sorceress, okay?
For vengeance, I'm guessing?
I want to get even. I want my revenge.
Revenge.
Is it
the
weird?
most worthless of causes.
Is it weird that the music sounds happy when she says that?
I'm gonna murder her.
Sure.
Might as well play the Doki Doki music underneath.
Do we have to fight? Isn't there another way? We've been
let's
fighting
go.
at
There's
the
got to be a better way.
Why stop now?
I got an idea. Let's do heads or tails.
Rinoa, not for nothing, but didn't you intentionally fight when we were doing your revolution subplot that has now disappeared from the game?
I'm sorry. Avoid bloodshed. Rinoa, you're the girl who uses your dog as a flipping missile in combat.
Exactly.
And now you want to talk about avoiding stuff without bloodshed? And no, I don't care about gameplay and story segregation. She clearly can fight, does it well, and never once has she mentioned about doing stuff peacefully before.
That's the thing, Jova. We don't even need to bring up gameplay stuff. We could just bring up story stuff. Back in her revolution subplot that the game has now forgot about at this point.
Even Zell's pointing it out. Yo, what are you saying all of a sudden?
Go ahead.
Maybe someone really smart can come up with a way.
Oh,
so God. We don't have to fight anymore.
Hold on, let me cover it. Rinoa, you were perfectly willing to hurt Galbadian soldiers in Timber. What happened to that? Like, characterization consistency is completely overrated in Mr. Kitaz's mind.
I don't live here.
You know what I
realized? Of course.
True. You know what Oh, go on. Oh, wait, no, actually...
And now it's you, actually. Go ahead.
What are you getting at?
See, even Squall is baffled by your bullshit.
If someone can come up with something, that'd be great.
Remember, Squall doesn't want to fight either, sometimes.
But no one's doing anything. They're all scared, uneasy. All they do is complain.
I know, right?
Pretend to be thinking.
So, yeah, there you go, see? Like Rinoa, yeah. You know what, Squall? You're right. You deserve better. Get with Quistis.
Or Selfie.
No. I prefer Quistis, personally.
They criticize others, but in the end, they can't do anything either.
But sure, just go for go for Selfie as well if you want. Like, just not Rinoa. You deserve better.
I wonder if this bit was in the original script. Or maybe the translators.
Go ahead, Jova, please. Oh, sorry.
Why this all of a sudden? I grew up in Garden. I'm a seed. Don't you understand?
It's actually, do you understand?
I grow and become a tree.
Go ahead, Shiri.
Squall?
Are you gonna do something or what?
I'm sorry, your speech right there just literally baffled me.
You have to voice your feelings, or else I won't understand.
Is now really the time, though?
Can everyone voice their feelings as well?
What about Irvine? What are his feelings on the matter?
We're sharing.
Tio, I think it's obvious
I
think it's obvious what Irvine's feelings are. Well, the bang, bang, a bangity bang, well, the bang.
I thought you were talking about, fighting other Galbadians. Since, his name.
Jova, please.
You were part of a resistance movement in Timber.
Oh, yeah, right! She was, wasn't she?
You took to your weapons and fought.
Exactly! Thank you. Not just that, but wow! Kitase suddenly remembered that plot that we dropped, like...
And now you're saying all this? What happened to you?
Thank you!
I got scared.
I guess I'm getting scared.
I was kidding!
Damn it,
I fucking hate you. Also, Dwebs,
I
stop.
was joking, guys.
Dwebs. That's the thing, Dwebs. Kitase is really that dumb. Don't even bother joking. He's really that dumb.
Am I on his wavelength?
Maybe.
No.
No, I guess he's just...
Dwebs, I'm convinced the monkey can write a better script than he can. So don't worry.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sometimes when I'm with all of you,
I start to feel feelings.
By the way, Rinoa, weren't you supposed to be a brave, strong revolutionary leader? What happened to that? Why did we drop that subplot again?
I think
because she wants to act like the weak one in front of Squall or something. I don't know.
Oh god.
I feel like we're not the same wavelength.
Oh, there you go. See, there you go. See, Dwebs, wavelength. See, looks like you are very much in wavelength with Kitase's script here. Actually.
God dang.
Let me guess.
And
then Dwebs is like, I never asked for this.
I mean, at least with Tio, he gets to be on the same wavelength as a cool writer like Shu Takumi.
Well, actually, I don't know, Jova. Teo was very much in the same wavelength as the writers of VIII, and he seemed to hate it.
Oh.
It's more like the fact that, again, I know when a story goes for the cliche list, coming from a mile away.
Go ahead.
But when the battle starts happening, it's different. Everyone's tempo seems to pick up and...
What in goddamn hell? What are you blathering about? Like, seriously.
Okay, if I may, I really noticed the big problem with this game. It sort of shares a problem with the movie Your Name. It feels like this project was meant to be a spectacle piece. Obviously something that you just played for the first time and you really enjoy for all of its high-end spectacle and stuff here and there. Oh sure, you may notice some problems with the story every now and then, but on your first go, normally it'll seem like a perfectly fine thing. It's just that with age, the visuals don't look as grabbing as they used to be, and now people have a lot more time to actually look back and reflect on this game here and there. Heck, even my first time playing for this game, I thought, it's not that bad. But now looking back at it with you guys and being able to analyze it, the problems just start to pile up more and more. Again, like with Your Name.
It's the big problem. Well, I'm not going to go into a your name thing because I would argue there's some differences, but let's get back to this. Go ahead,
there are
Shirai.
definitely differences. I'm just saying that the main issue is that they both are cases where they could rely on their spectacle more.
I understand your point, yeah. Go ahead, Shirai, please, if you don't mind.
Once I catch up, I wonder, is everyone safe? Will they welcome me with open arms?
Again, what the fuck are you talking about, woman? Please start making sense.
She's talking about her relationship with the group, I think.
Believe it or not, this is the game trying to give Rinoa more hidden
That's a good point. Hold on, Jova. If you allow me, Jova. That's a good point you just made, Shirai. Here's the problem. She has no relationship whatsoever with anybody in this group aside from Squall. Who has she even talked to in here? I don't think she even talked to Zell or Selfie or...
Wait, hold on. She kicked Irvine down the stairs because he was annoying her. That was a thing.
Okay, that's... I don't consider that a relationship. So, seriously, that's the thing, Shirai. She has no relationship with this group. She only has a creepy obsession with Squall for reasons that completely escape me.
Compare this to, say, Aerith, who the entire party did get to know, so it made sense when they mourned her death. Like, okay, if Rinoa died, sure, I'm sure the party would be upset, but I wouldn't really buy them having gotten to know her as much as, say, Squall has.
Teo, remind me, has Rinoa even talked to anybody outside of Irvine and Squall in this group?
She did, strictly for the party. I don't think so.
Exactly.
But, hold on. No, okay. She did talk to the rest of the party while we were awaiting the guards in the D District prison, but it was very brief.
That's right. I think she got into an argument with Quistis around the time that the assassination attempt was going underway.
Well, yeah, but that's not enough. That's just so minimal. Anyway, when I was a little kid, I was 4, and I was in an orphanage. There you go, Shirai. What Alice told you, it's about to come up. When I was 4, I was in an orphanage. Plenty of kids, all with no parents.
Of course.
I mean, that is what an orphanage is.
I was gonna say that.
It was around the end of the Sorceress War, so I guess it couldn't be helped. Shirai, don't expect this writing to make sense.
Oh, hey, the Sorceress War, that's a thing.
We will learn more about them later, actually.
Anyway, that's where I was. Plot focus, what the fuck is that? We're children! And out of all the kids there, one was very special to me.
His name was Titus. Oh wait, wrong kid.
That's you. That's you.
Irvy, wanna play?
I really like this girl, and it made me so happy just talking to her. Keep in mind, he was also a kid at the time, so this is not what... we're watching it like this, but he was a kid at the time as well. There you go.
Stylistic.
Seifer, watch it play, so don't worry. This is just a visual thing.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Gee, I wonder who that girl is.
Okay, I'm about to rant, everybody. So, get your ears ready.
Orphanage, a stone house.
Oh, don't worry, Jova. I've got my own rant prepared. You guessed it.
And now,
an old house,
convenience.
An old house made of stone by the ocean.
Oh no, they're completing each other's sentences.
At least it's not a glass house.
You guessed it. I knew right away when we first met. Hold on, let's wait till we get. Hey, why didn't you tell us? It's simultaneous. Because you two seem to have forgotten. That's good, ladies and gentlemen. All of these people, Shirai, grew up together in an orphanage, and only Irvine remembers this crap.
And apparently he felt so insulted that's why he didn't remind us immediately.
Exactly. It just kind of sucked that I was the only one that remembered. And I didn't bother telling you this up until this point for some reason. Spunky little Seifer and bossy little Quistis.
That's just so weird.
Try more contrived and nonsensical, Selfie.
Well, don't you see? He was really hurt that they didn't remember.
Then tell them, goddammit! There's Zell. Go ahead.
Hey, do you guys remember setting a fire
Oh wow, Zal, same voice.
The same voice back then.
Yeah, I went through puberty when I was 1.
That was this way. Sorry.
Do a high-pitched voice.
I guess Irvine in the flashback is just following his
ghost.
And now Squall's ghost comes into the picture. What?
I got a minute. How come Irvine was fully self and yet Squall's a ghost?
Because Irvine's remembering it, but Squall is a ghost so that he can...
I get the idea that Squall is the one you're playing as, so again, it's more of a symbolic representation.
You know what this means, right?
Wait. Oh, sorry, go on.
You know what this means, right, Dwebs, Jove, and Teo? This game is kind of having the exact same backstory as the Uwe Boll's Alone in the Dark movie. They all grew up in the same orphanage.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Uwe Boll ripped this game off. Just think about that for a moment.
Shameful display.
Also,
they have nothing in common other than that.
Also, guys, seeing Squall as a ghost, I get it now. I get why Squall never wants to be dead and why he doesn't want to be remembered in the past tense. Do you know why?
Why?
I will never be a memory.
No.
Squall was secretly Sephiroth all this time along.
Get that fanfiction shit out of here, mister.
I mean, come on. Would it have been the weirdest thing to have happened back in the day before Kingdom Hearts established that Squall and... Well, actually, to be fair, we never have seen Squall and Sephiroth in the same room.
Well, technically, it's not even children that's a problem. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is just an alternate thing.
Of that, yeah.
It's just the Kingdom. It's okay when they do it in the Kingdom Hearts because in Kingdom Hearts you're not really meant to take this as canon with the game's universe anyway. It's just a full the lols thing, so it's fine. It's with having children that it's a problem. Go ahead.
Kids aren't supposed to play with fireworks.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kitaza's idea of developing this party of characters. We're gonna drop this bomb on you that they all grew up in the exact same orphanage. The greatest coincidence in the history of the universe just happened.
Cry babies, yeah, by the way, that's Seifer.
Yeah, Seifer also grew up with them. Why not?
God damn it,
just for when Shu and Sid while you're at it. I mean, why not, right? At this point, bring in the whole people, the whole crowd. Why not?
God damn it! Why did you have to remind me that Seifer was there too?
Let's bring in what's his name too? The guy that doesn't matter, the C that doesn't matter. Neither. Let's bring in sure. Let's bring Mean Guy in here. Why don't we have Mean Guy also grow up in this orphanage while we're at it?
Hold on, but Zell brings up a point. What about his parents in Balam?
You're adopted.
The Dings in Balam must have adopted you.
So
this is very awkward.
So basically, guys, Zell forgot he was adopted.
Or he was never told, actually.
So what? Did they pretend like, oh, hey, we're your mother and father. We've come back to come and find you after all these years or something.
Well, remember, all these people have forgotten we were in an orphanage. They'll probably remember that he's been born and raised in Balam all the time. Until now.
I'm sorry, but this feels like a last-minute retcon that doesn't have all the time.
I know, right?
It makes sense.
I know, right?
It's about to get worse.
Again, you're telling me
too. Cry baby Sam.
You were saying something? You wanted to say something, Shiroi?
No.
Okay.
So basically, Seifer's been tormenting Zell all his life.
Who's that?
Wow, that's pathetic.
No, it's not just that, Jova.
No.
That's the thing, Jova. I said it as a joke in the previous part, but it really feels like that, doesn't it? It really feels like they got to a point in the script writing where they figured they had no character development, so throw this shit in there. There you go.
Seriously. I could maybe buy that they were in the same orphanage and forgot, but Zell forgetting he was adopted when he was a preteen kid?
Not even just that, Jova. Why is Irvine the only one who remembers in particular? Like, this isn't even...
Okay, I think we're actually about to explain the whole cop-out about the GIS, but I get the idea that Irvine being the one that has been raised instead in Galbadia, without direct influence from the GMs until the party.
We didn't bring that part yet. Hold on, let's wait till they bring it up.
Let's just say then that I might have an explanation then.
I'm gonna have my own rant about it anyway, so let's just wait till they get to it.
But remember, Rinoa is not here because remember she was actually General Carway and Julia's daughter.
Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't throw in Rinoa as well. Why not at this point? Like seriously, sure, bring in Count Chocula while you're at it.
There we go.
Like, except for Rinoa, we were all there.
Hey, that means...
What?
Oh boy. Yeah, I was there too. Why do we have to cut to black to go to me there?
Because of the change of angle, I guess. I don't know. Well, remember, Joe, but this is still running on the 7 engine, so it's probably a bit limited.
I was always waiting for Sis to come back.
Maybe Quest Sis?
That's the kid one.
I'm all alone. If only they would differentiate the stuff better. But I'm doing my best.
I know, right?
To be fair, it's similar to 7. When the younger version of Cloud was speaking to him, it did not have the name label.
I'll be okay without you, sis.
How many times do we need to hear that?
I know, right? This is like, what, the 3rd time we've seen this scene?
I'll be able to take care of myself.
Still catching pneumonia, Skull.
I get it. He has abandonment issues. Can we move? Can we get on with that? Can we do something more?
Can we learn who this Sis is?
Well, we're going to eventually, but the game takes its sweet time getting there.
So yeah, I didn't turn out okay at all.
Wow, at least there's some self-awareness.
He has abandonment issues, but so did everyone else in the fucking building.
Sis L. Sis L.
Alone. So alone was Sis. Why didn't I remember that?
Ladies and gentlemen, all the planets in the universe, have aligned together for this incredible coincidence, the greatest coincidence in the history of the universe.
As we say, she's,
Basically, because she was a bit older than them, they all called her sis. So she wasn't their real sister. She was just the one they looked up to. Quistis, Zell, Selfie, Irvine, Alone, myself. Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm not sure what the meaning behind all of this is, but we were definitely together.
You want to say?
On the subject of coincidences being in a work of fiction isn't automatically bad or anything. Sometimes this shit can happen.
Sure. But this is like, this is just the most, this is stretching it. I mean, come on. Like, it's just...
Again, plot convenience playhouse.
And now we're all down here in adult form for some reason.
So there you go.
She said she wanted to change the past. I don't know why. So, guys, think about this. If Squall had just remembered Alone from the get-go, he could have saved us a lot of plot time.
No, there can only be one reason for that.
Oh, here we go.
She must not be happy with the present.
Can't imagine why.
Brilliant deduction, Selfie. Why does she want to change the past? Because she's not satisfied with the present.
I'm definitely a bit.
Because what other reason could there be, Selfie? Exactly.
Also,
she's
Zell,
bored, I guess.
Also, Zell, how do you know that you're not just gonna make a bad problem worse?
I love this one.
She's part of our orphanage gang.
Yeah, she's been our friend all along.
Remember who she was.
Exactly.
Neither did you. Well, then again.
You're all fucking terrible. Like,
except for Irvine, apparently.
Can we get a decent party member, please?
So, Irvine to the rescue, I guess.
Can we have the dog be a party member, please?
It's pretty scary. Hold on. It's pretty scary we've forgotten all these things. She said.
Yes, it is.
Right. So, Mom, are my real parents.
How did you not know this? You were a preteen when it happened.
That just that he never asked her.
I wonder where the orphanage is.
So Sis was alone, huh?
Now I know what you're thinking. Surely there must have been some brainwashing involved that made them forget details like this.
Oh, that's the thing, Jova. The actual proper reason is never flat out told to us. We get some guesses on it, but we never got flat out told what happened.
Which is weird.
Isn't that fun?
They literally could have salvaged this just by saying, "Oh, you were brainwashed to have forgotten it." Like, sure, yeah, it would be similar to 7, but come on, at least that would explain how Zell forgets the fact that he's adopted.
Anyway, he was adopted. Probably the same age as probably the same with Seifer too. You two must have been at Garden by the age of 5 or so. So they were 5.
Maybe that's why they didn't do it.
So they were all around 5, basically, at the time.
Even so, he's never mentioned anything about growing up in an orphanage. And nothing about this has ever crossed my mind when I see him either. Don't you find that odd?
Nah, you think? Like... Dibs?
That is strange.
It is.
Now-
It is, isn't
Now,
it?
okay.
Game?
Now, okay, I get maybe forgetting someone from a while ago. They recognize you, but you don't recognize them. That's fine.
In my case, I had loads and loads of fun after going to Trabia.
Go on, Jova.
Forgot all about my
Dibs.
childhood.
Go
That's
ahead,
fine.
go ahead, Jova.
That being said here, you're telling me that literally the entire group meeting didn't trigger any of a memory or hearing their names or heck, all this other stuff.
There's
that...
not even a
It
passing mention.
it did for Irvine. That's the thing. It did for Irvine. I don't understand. Like,
But here's what I don't
raised
get.
in a different environment connected to the couple we're about to say. But here's the thing, Jova. There's not even like a passing mention like, oh, you kind of look familiar, but it must be something.
oh, this one.
Here's the
Quista says as you came to Garden at the age of 10. That was when I first noticed Seifer and Squall, and for some reason I did not remember. So she met them again 5 years later, and she still didn't remember them. Seifer and Squall were always fine. So you'd think Quistis would have recognized these two from the orphanage, but I guess not.
Here's the one thing I don't get the most, though. Squall. Squall is constantly be getting flashbacks to his childhood, so you're telling me he remembers that section of his childhood in the orphanage, conveniently, but he doesn't even remember the fact that Alone was Sis, who they all refer to as Sis, and thus he didn't recognize any of them when he's been quite possibly the one flashbacking the
Jesus.
most to his past?
Holy
Like,
fucking shit.
Methinks that's a little too contrived here and there.
But
And
eventually-
again, maybe if they had the excuse that, they were brainwashed or something got dicked around with their mind, like, say, what happened with Cloud and 7, that would actually explain away a lot of the issues. But as Pedro has warned, it's not really cut and dry on the whole thing.
Not just that.
Well, I mean, for
Go
them
ahead,
being
go ahead.
children, I mean, it's not, uncommon for children to forget things when they're adults.
That's the problem, Shiroi. There's a good reason, not a good reason. They pretend to have a reason for why specifically they forgot this.
Yeah.
And that reason is stupid?
Yeah.
Yes.
To add to what Tuez was saying, yes, that is true. Sometimes a coincidence here and there is fine, but this is literally a shit ton of coincidences, all in one story beat, all at once.
You know what
Did
this is
Siege
like?
murder their parents or something?
You know what this is like? This feels like the problems of an amnesia plot without the actual amnesia.
And it's funny you mentioned that. There's an entry that I will read after the party is over tied to this, but
All right.
in the meantime...
The basic.
Alright,
Okay,
back
to,
to the
to,
plot.
to recap, they've been reminiscing about how Squall and Squall and Seifer were always fighting, blah blah blah. And even after becoming an instructor, I couldn't stop thinking about Squall.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh my.
Okay, to her credit, she never tried anything specifically. So I thought it was love. I had to hide my feelings because I was. There you go. See, Shiroi? I had to hide my feelings because I was an instructor. But I've come to realize it wasn't.
So yeah, Squall will not be.
She still wanted the Devo.
Now that I've spent enough time with him, I actually think he's kind of stupid, but
It was my childhood feelings as a big sister that lingered. How fucking convenient.
Yeah, seriously, that's
that
a
makes
couple
That
line.
wording, milady.
Yes. So let me get this straight. It was your big sister instincts that tried to get you to bed him. That's
No.
Shiroi, things are about to get even
Is
better.
this an hentai now? Because I've seen plenty of hentais where that shit happens. Like,
God, no.
Actually, I had completely given up when Rinoa came into the picture. There you go.
Oh,
Rinoa was a deciding factor. Quistis.
Oh, just we're airing out everything anyway, aren't we?
It must be the same for Seifer.
And so, is Rinoa just watching us reminisce while we're remembering
pretty
ourselves on
much,
this beach?
I'm sure Seifer has forgotten his childhood too.
Joy. I'm gonna have to remind him, aren't I?
But whenever he sees Squall, his inner feelings start to boil and game.
It must be love.
The fans have already, trust me, Jova. Squall and Seifer are kind of like the Phoenix and Edgeworth of this game, basically.
I can imagine the fan art already.
Why is it that we? Sorry, go ahead.
Why is it that we forgot? We grew up together as kids. How's that possible?
Here you go. Chris is about to have a theory of how we all forgot this. Just listen to this. This is great.
Oh God.
How about this? The price we pay for using the GF, the Guardian Forces, aka the summon monsters that we summon. For those who forgot. The GF provides us its power.
Yes.
I am totally pulling this out of my ass, by the way. But the GF makes its own place inside our brain. How do you? Do you have any actual evidence of this being the case?
Like I mentioned in the previous parts, we have no scientific explanation on how junction to a GF works. Like you just absorb its essence or something.
Wait, hold on. I think it's about to get even better.
I love what Krista says later in a moment, because this is just hilarious. And Spoonie also brought it up. So you're saying that the area is where our memories are stored, aka the area where you junction the GFs to your brain. No, that's just a rumor that the GF critics are spreading. The GF critics? What?
So, guys,
this is poorly worded, but it's tied to the subplot about the teachers going against the Sith.
Guys, I'm just going to say it. This is pretty much becoming never-ending story 2. Oh, the more you use a GF, the more it takes away from your memory here and there. Even though there's been nothing to suggest that whatsoever.
Just be nice to your GFs for once. You're all horrible.
You won't be able to remember a lot of things.
Oh,
There's no way Headmaster Sid will allow such a... Oh, no, of course! Because as we all know, Headmaster Sid has never allowed dangerous things. That's
child soldier.
Not just that, Shiroy. He gave us a lamp with the devil in it, but he would never allow dangerous things to go on.
The devil, come on.
This game is so stupid.
Very hold on, this is also important.
In my case, I hadn't junctioned a GF until recently. Okay. His logic is that I didn't junction GS until recently, and I remember, so maybe that's why. Well, that's not necessarily the reason, Irvine. It can be other reasons. That actually can be.
It's stated that it's actually the canonical reason, but the problem is that it makes the world building make no sense.
I'll tell you. They just mentioned, but Selfie has been using GFs for a long time, and she didn't remember this. So Irvine's theory has just been destroyed, actually.
But apparently, according to Teal, it's officially the canonical reason.
Even though the game just deconfirmed it. So,
well, that's what Selfie is saying. Like, what's saying that she's wrong?
Don't tell me. It was confirmed in a Japanese exclusive novel.
No. Like I said, the 8 doesn't really have novels.
Hang on. I have a confession to make.
Sure, why not?
Irvine.
When I was 12, I went on an outdoor training session.
Jesus fucking Christ, this game.
Funny thing is, I know a handful of people who are playing this for the first time right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, with that re-release on Nintendo Switch.
I found a GF inside one of the monsters.
Well, the remaster released on the Switch in the same day as the other versions, so...
I've been playing this on my Series S.
Yeah.
Well, it's more so I'm much further ahead now with this than they are, so it's like, you sweet summer children.
Yes.
I've been a GF for a while, so I have experience with GF too.
Oh, really? Was it a phase, or did you, have a good time with your GF Selfie?
Oh, I had a great time.
That's very good.
It's really weird. I can't remember the name of that GF.
You forgot the name of your girlfriend? Shame on you.
I don't think it's ever explained what GF she was referring to.
It must be the GF's fault. That's me, actually. It must be the GF's fault. What should we do?
So, whenever we
get a new one.
What should we do? Nothing. I mean,
Brilliant.
Brilliant plan.
We just figured out that the GFs may very much be doing brain damage to us, but so what do you want to do? You want to stop using GF now? Well, no, but maybe
apparently
we should try
most
and
of the
figure out
world
how
doesn't.
to...
The thing, most of the world doesn't seem to use them. It only seems a couple of people in the entire world use them, because otherwise, either the entire rest of the world would use them and would have problems like that, or it means that only a few selected people like Proceed can be allowed to use them, but it doesn't explain the power creep differences.
Not only that, but if I recall correctly...
Go ahead, Jova, go ahead.
No, go on, actually. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, if I recall correctly, this whole problem of us losing our memories never comes up because now there's this diary solution, I guess.
With a cue card.
Don't worry, if there's something important, I'll interrupt whoever's talking.
Are you sure that's what you want? Maybe that's the... Oh, right, you'd certainly change your tune quickly.
I know.
You see, a diary will help us remember everything.
Yeah, I don't care if I forget about my childhood when Seifer used to pick on me.
You know, that's like saying that you don't care if you lose your memories if you smoke or, do drugs.
Now is having the power to protect my parents and belong.
Wait a minute, is this all just some stupid GF drug PSA?
Yes.
Remember, winners don't do
GFs. Ask your mama, ask your dad. GFs can make you ill.
There's no way I'm gonna go with power.
The power of adoption!
I use GFs, so I can so I can work more, so I can use more GFs, so I can work more, so I can use more GFs, so I can work more, so I can work more.
Yeah, the music kind of went away.
Do you all remember Matron? Matron is the one that handled the orphanage. And guess what, Shiroi? Guess what? You ready for yet another motherfucking coincidence?
Matron, dressed in black.
Is this the sorcerer?
Too black, too strong, too black.
Don't tell Shiroi what... Sorry, Jova, tell Shiroi what she won!
Shiroi, you've won yourself a new revelation!
Man, Shiroi, you're rolling...
Collecting them all.
Shiroi, you're absolutely killing it in this game show. Like...
Honestly, the funny thing is, I actually had that in my head earlier, but I also thought that's stupid. I'm not going to bring that up.
Shiroi, if it's stupid, then it's most likely what it is. That's the thing.
So guys, guess what? Our party finally has a motivation. The fact that the sorceress was all their caretaker.
There you go. Matron's name is actually Idea Kramer, aka the sorceress. Matron is Sorceress Idea. This also explains why Irvine didn't want to kill her at the end of this one.
Oh boy.
So, hold on, and now I'm... Hold on, Dubs, because now I must rant. So let me get this straight, Irvine. And you didn't think this detail was worth commenting? You didn't feel like that it was kind of important to tell Squall that you were a bit confused shooting the woman who raised you in the face? You didn't think maybe that detail was at the very least worth bringing up? No?
Like, okay, if it was like, Idea reminded him, it would have been better if Idea just reminded him of Matron and then he eventually pieced it together, but no! He actually knew all along and didn't tell any of us this.
You could have solved so many problems over the course of this entire bloody story if you just told us from the beginning.
Now, you know what? To be fair, this is actually an interesting idea here. The villain actually being someone who the heroes not only looked up to, but actually did care for them, but now being the person that they have to take out here and there. Interesting concept here.
But it's wasted as all hell in this game. It's wasted.
It is. And if you think, oh, well, that means she's going to be the big main threat, well...
No.
We'll get that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Go ahead.
Also, Shirei, for the extra pinch of uncomfortableness, that just means that, Seifer's essential, betrayal and allying with the sorcerers is all about essentially a gigantic Freudian ego sleep.
Mommy issues.
Yeesh.
Mm-hmm.
Sigmund Freud would have a field day with this cast.
I prefer the joke that the Autarch did. Paging Dr. Freud, oh wait, I have his soul here. He says, you need a girlfriend.
But apparently girlfriends make you lose your memory in this world.
Shiroi, question.
Yes?
How fanficky does this writing feel right now?
Oh, very.
Absolutely.
That's why I can't truly be mad at it.
It really is that
The game
kind of
is the game is literally fanficking itself right now.
And believe it or not, a lot of these ideas are actually pretty good. The problem, once again, is the execution, and as I said before, how they convey it.
So, like, this is what I wanted to say. You could have said this, like, an entire disc ago.
Wait, it turns... Okay, so
I
you see what I
understand.
mean when I said earlier...
No, actually, no, go ahead. You go ahead.
You see what I mean when I said earlier how much better would have been if it just turned out that Sid was secretly Squall's father or something like that? Would immediately make stuff a lot more on
In a
par
way,
with it.
technically easy, because by proxy it means that, Sid was also taking care of the orphanage.
Well, that's the thing too. They
That's
sort of infer
adoptive
that
father.
someone...
Yeah,
Huh?
Adoptive father, Jova.
in a
Yeah.
way at least.
True, yeah, but, I mean, that's the thing, the game never really draws up on it that much.
No,
Like,
it doesn't.
And when I say father, I meant like actual real father, because, okay, sure, yeah, he's Squall's adoptive father, but then he's like all their adoptive fathers, so he shouldn't just be giving Squall the special treatment.
What Jova said,
Andy-
too, and also the fact that, yeah, he technically is, but as far as we can tell, he wasn't even around during his childhood anyway, so it's not like it matters. How life has infinite possibilities. I know, right? I don't believe that one bit. Basically, to recap, he's saying that he's gonna keep fighting because it's the right thing to do, and don't worry, we'll be able to win because the power of
We're
friendship,
Sonic heroes.
the power of love. Well, the power of love will triumph over all, and I'm not kidding. That's where they're going with this game.
Because we're Squall heroes.
No,
Yes.
That's why I value the path I chose.
you're not allowed in this
So-
conversation,
So,
Rinoa.
Irvine, will you be able to shoot Idea in the face the next time we meet her then, or are you gonna
She has a
come for
magical
good?
force field anywhere. Anyway, who cares?
It's okay too. Whenever we're fighting against her, she for some reason doesn't have that anymore, so it's fine.
It's okay. We have a special magic-defying materia.
Oh, the
Also-
anti-magic field.
The goddammit, another anti-magic field generator.
Yes. We'll just bring a portable one that will work on her, but not on us.
We might lose something very important on account of the GF, but it's a sacrifice we should make.
Like
Never mind
Sophie said,
and by
just
the
write it down in a diary.
Okay, and not just that too. Okay, for the sake of argument too, let's just say that this is indeed the proper explanation. The GFs are taking away their memories. Okay, fine. I don't buy that, but fine. Even then too, that fact never really comes into the story. They never really forget anything in particular.
Like I said, this fucks up even with the world building on a complete level, because again, either it makes no sense that the enemies are stronger without using the GFs, or it means they're using GFs on their own, and it means they're subject to memory loss as well, which is not the case.
Now, on the one hand, they technically explain, I assume that they're going to go with Selfie's suggestion of writing down all their stuff so that they don't forget. So maybe that covers stuff from the future then on. Never mind the fact of the terrible implications that leads to this world as a whole, but then that brings us back to stuff that happened before then. By this logic, shouldn't they have been forgetting stuff left and right every time they used the GF up to this point?
We all grew up together, but due to various circumstances, we were all separated. As a kid, you couldn't really go out on your own. Okay, where are you going with this?
It's too dangerous at the time.
There were no other paths to take. All I did was just cry.
Sad.
Who are you, devil man?
But, not to mention, there's a lot of telling, not a lot of showing in this part, is it? Like, seriously, couldn't we actually... I mean, yeah, we did start a bit with the kids, but can we see a bit more? But somehow we're together again, just like old times. Though a lot's changed. And Rinoa's sitting there in disbelief going, what the
Why
fuck?
do you know where I can follow?
We're not kids anymore. We're strong enough to take care of ourselves. And then Rinoa's and then Rinoa's like, well, look at the time. I really must go. Have fun with that, growing up thing, guys.
She's probably thinking, geez, and I thought I was cuckoo.
So do we fight Matron or not, Squall? I say we fight. Shoot for a common goal. Hey, at least it'll keep us together a little longer. Even though I couldn't do it before, for some reason, now I can.
He got over it, I guess.
With everyone remembering it, now he has the strength to.
Yeah, let's do it. We can't run for the rest of our lives.
Oh, no, there you are. You've kind of been out of it for a while.
I can't believe we have to fight.
Sure, it's like I told you. The game doesn't care about Zell. He's just there.
You know what this means, guys? There's not one, but two giant revelations with Adea. Not only is she secretly Sid's wife, but she's technically our adoptive mother of sorts. Rinoa.
You know what?
Let's
not talk about... Oh, sorry.
Rinoa, it's up to you. Do you want to help us come and kill Mom? We're gonna fight. I think it's the only way we can move on with our lives. I think it's
best to not think about any of the relationships in this game. There's too much nope. I'm not dealing with it.
This is basically what the plot has become, though. If it makes sense to us, well, I hope it makes sense to you. I'm sure that's what everybody wants.
And then
I'm just gonna smile and nod.
Player.
So, well, it doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, and now it's snowing because the game thinks it earned an emotional catharsis moment.
A gift from the fairy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's snow!
Fairies, those are a thing
snow.
in this world, I guess, and they deposit snowbanks.
Well, that was the worst thing ever.
Let the girl believe in fairies, Jesus.
Oh, so yeah, let's go check out Adea's orphanage.
You know, maybe she didn't lose her memory because of Jeff. Maybe she hit her head with the nunchuck too many times.
What it's like now.
I wonder indeed.
I think I'm losing my brain cells out of junctioning this game to me every time I look at it.
You're using too much GS, Pedro.
I'm a Final Fantasy VIII critic, Teo, and I have a theory that Final Fantasy VIII kills your brain cells.
We're putting chemicals in the GFs.
Yes.
It probably has to do with something that happened in the past, but the past is the past. It's overdone with it. Despite what truth we find, it's not going to change the present.
This is some Ultimate Warrior level of dialogue, my god.
But I want to see too. I mean, I totally.
Also, you're just using big words to say we want to kick Seifer's ass.
I mean, well, that too. I don't know what we'll find, but let's head for bracket. Adea's house closed bracket. Who knows what more we will find out there.
And so the gang will
close to the end of this too, actually.
We now have a goal, a common goal. Except for Noah, who doesn't know.
Don't you mean a basket canister?
I guess that's it. We're fighting.
No shit.
Sure.
You guys are fearless.
No, more like
more
like they're stupid, but yeah.
Hey, look, we're just gonna go and kill Mother. It's simple like that, okay? Fearless. I don't think that's quite right. If you think too hard, you become lost. I think that's what everyone's afraid of. Oh my god, that's right! Just like Sephiroth, Squall also has mommy issues. I wish we didn't have to fight.
Not like this. Anyway, before we end the part, let me briefly mention the official explanation. Prolonged use of the GFs result in memory loss due to the GF presence in the controller's brain residing in the same areas that govern long-term memory. The party's loss of memory isn't revealed until, this bit. As the five, aside from Irvine, were sent to gardens to train as seeds, they began to use GFs and forgot about their childhood. Irvine remembering due to not using GFs until he met up with the party, as he never trained as a seed. Garden faculty is aware of the deleterious effect of a GF, but urges students to ignore any GF criticism they may hear. Quissy says Spurs refused to believe that Headmaster Seed belongs such a dangerous thing, but is forced to acknowledge the truth of the matter. In her journal, accessible through the second-floor terminal in Balam Garden, Seifer writes about having studied upon the GF because she knows she'll be using more of it as a seed, and being worried about the possibility of losing memories. And apparently in the Japanese version, only the final boss during the final battle tells the fact that the seed have fear of memory loss, and I tend to exploit that.
Brilliant. Not just that. I love that bit. Speaking of loose world building, Teo, how about we talk about these GF critics? Because that GF critics line is amazing.
Like I said, it's poor wording, probably due to localization, because what it means is that the teachers are trying to shut up any criticism about that. So I get the idea that Richard was like, oh, we're just going to have that there are people in the garden that are criticizing that, so we're going to label them as GF critics.
Sure, too. But at the same time, I can only judge what's in front of me, you know? It's it's amazing. Like, just going off of the English translation for a bit, because remember, Teo, for a long time this is all we had, back in the day.
I know that. It's just that it's still, even without the poor wording, again, this is just a matter of a poor word building, because again, it doesn't make any fucking sense with the rest of the world, because GF seems to be a part integral of the process. Again, comparing back to 7, materials were used by literally everyone who used some kind of force. And the reason why monsters could use it because it was the knowledge of the ancients. So it makes sense why people could use magic and were on the same power level as our heroes, But here, it makes no fucking sense at all, because GFs tend to be used only by the party members, aside from one occasion at the very end, which we'll see, and now they have this peculiar effect, but the rest of the world is just fine training on its own. So the game pretty much tells that you don't really need GFs to become stronger.
Not just that, but no, of course not. All I have to do is use the booster. But anyway, it's but I love that line with the GF critics ever since I first read it, and for a long time, because GF critics. So they are GF. So according to the English translation, there are GF critics. So what are we talking? What are we like? Are there magazines of people making articles about how GFs are bullshit or something? This just
an Alex Jones-esque
yes
TV show that says we're putting chemicals into the GF in your brain.
Exactly. Because I find it interesting how the game just brings this up out of nowhere and never bothers. And we're just supposed to immediately accept the fact that there are GF. It's just, again, another piece of world building on part of the English translation that clearly should have been thought through. And it's just interesting because and I love how Questus is so quick to immediately dismiss it as a problem. I'm guessing the GF critics have as much as terrible reputation as movie and video game critics.
Or another thing, being in part of the teacher circle, she was kinda not indoctrinated, but convinced that she had to dismiss that kind of idea.
It's just this. The plot.
Again, it's sorry.
The plot makes no sense. It's that simple.
Let me put it this. It just raises too many questions.
Exactly.
Really? Who gives a shit?
The game brings up so many concepts and never bothers to flesh them out, explain them, anything. You're just this game is so completely diluted and not even thinking about what it's writing. This is the point where you can tell there wasn't a single ounce of thought put into writing this, because, seriously, because there's so many gaps in logic.
But look, guys, now our characters have a goal to work towards, killing their
mother. Which is the same thing we were going to do anyway.
I have one more final thing before we close off. And, of course, like I said in the previous part, this was, I'm guessing, Kitaz's desperate attempt at correcting the fact that he forgot to flesh out the characters. However, when you get right down to it, now that we've seen it, it didn't really work. Let's think about this a moment.
It may have made things worse, honestly, in hindsight.
Not just that. I still don't know shit about Zell. I still don't know shit about Irvine. I still don't know shit about Questus, aside from the fact that she's a shit teacher. And even that part of her character is never really explored, like Jove has complained about various times.
No. Don't you see, Pedro? Now you know that Questus had a very awkward sort of romance with someone who she initially thought of as a little brother.
And that would be, well, okay, not fine as in it's not a good thing to exist, but as a story concept, it would be fine if the game actually told an interesting exploration of that issue. But it doesn't. Just because something is bad in real life, that doesn't mean you can't have a story movie about it. Because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of something like Clockwork Orange. It's not that we're condoning what Alex does. We just find him to be a compelling character, regardless of agreeing with him. But the point is, we still don't know shit about any of these people. Nothing. This doesn't flesh out. Okay, we know now that they grew up in an orphanage. Okay, so this doesn't really get us to know them, who they are as people. Not at all. I still have no understanding why I should care about any of these people, aside from maybe Squall and, to a lesser extent, Irvine. I don't care about Rinoa, because Rinoa is the fucking is basically Vanille 1.0. Sorry, 0.5. Is Vanille 0.5 at this point.
Dang.
I mean, so yeah, it just it doesn't work. It's just, this is absolutely moronic. Shiroi, do you have any comments on this matter before we close out?
Nope, none at all.
So I'm assuming at this point you're just kind of shaking your head in disbelief at the.
I'm just going with it.
Yeah. In fact, have you ever seen, Shiroi, a work of fiction that creates its own fan fiction as it's going of itself? Because that's basically what this game is doing at this point. This game is literally...
Off the top of my head, at least.
This game is literally...
I guess Trap in a way with the alternate paths, so...
I guess, yeah. But here's the thing, too. At least even Fairfence Ref has the decency of making them alternate timelines.
Yeah.
This game is literally fanficking itself in the main story, in the one main story it has.
All the timelines.
Exactly.
Goody.
So, yeah.
This is a messed up singularity.
So, yeah, everybody. That happened.
And it's gonna get better.
I bet that he means worse, so...
See, everybody. We'll try to... You know what? Normally I would say we would try to salvage this thing,
See
but...
for the end of these two.
It can salvage, too, for the end of this, too.